For years, Sister Wives fans have watched Kody and Robyn Brown lock horns in heated arguments that seem to pull back the curtain on their complicated marriage. But now, whispers across fan forums and social media have exploded into full-blown accusations that the couple's so-called fights were nothing more than carefully crafted performances to keep viewers hooked. The shocking claim? Kody and Robyn weren't really at odds at all. Instead, they allegedly staged their marital drama as a ratings ploy, manipulating emotions and fueling chaos to keep the cameras rolling. With fans demanding answers and critics calling out the pair's acting, the Brown family's already fragile credibility is hanging by a thread. The Brown family has long been at the center of heated debate, speculation, and fascination. For more than a decade, Sister Wives has pulled back the curtain on the unconventional life of Kody Brown and his wives, drawing audiences into the highs and lows of a polygamous household. Yet with every new season, the once intriguing and often heart-wrenching family saga has shifted further into controversy, leaving fans questioning not only the sincerity of its stars, but also the entire foundation on which the show rests. Now, the latest revelation has delivered a thunderclap of outrage across the fandom. Kody and his fourth wife, Robyn, are being accused of staging their fights, arguments once believed to reflect the raw truth of their complicated marriage, in a cynical ploy to manipulate viewers and preserve their role as reality television's most polarizing couple. The backlash has been swift, brutal, and unrelenting. What once appeared to be explosive marital tensions between Kody and Robyn, moments that often became defining storylines across multiple seasons, are now being dismissed by many as carefully calculated performances designed to create just enough chaos to keep the spotlight burning bright. Fans feel betrayed, critics are sharpening their knives, and even some longtime followers of the show are admitting that their trust has finally been broken beyond repair. The suspicions surrounding Kody and Robyn's so-called fights didn't appear overnight. In fact, sharp-eyed viewers have been pointing out inconsistencies in their televised arguments for years. Fans frequently noted that the couple's disputes lacked the rawness and unpredictability of the clashes Kody once had with Meri, Christine, or Janelle. Instead, Robyn and Kody's arguments seemed to follow a pattern: heated words delivered on camera, followed by tearful reconciliations that felt oddly rehearsed, as though they were adhering to a script rather than navigating real conflict. While some brush these criticisms aside as exaggerations, the growing consensus is that there may be truth behind the suspicion. The couple's dramatic outbursts are now being re-examined, with many fans declaring them nothing more than fake fights, staged to add spice to the storyline. The implications of this alleged deception are massive. For years, TLC's Sister Wives has marketed itself on authenticity. Its earliest seasons earned respect and intrigue because they portrayed a family daring to show their private, polygamous life in a world that largely rejected it. From Meri's heartbreaking fertility struggles to Christine's eventual decision to walk away from Kody, viewers were drawn in by the rawness of a family unraveling in real time. Yet with the suggestion that Kody and Robyn may have faked elements of their marriage drama, it undermines not only their personal credibility, but the entire series' integrity. The alleged fakery comes at a particularly delicate moment for the franchise. With Meri, Christine, and Janelle all officially separated from Kody, much of the show's dynamic has shifted away from the polygamous lifestyle it was built upon. What remains is largely the story of Kody and Robyn's marriage, a union that many fans already believed was unfairly favored. Robyn has long been accused of being the favorite wife, the one for whom Kody abandoned the others. Her constant presence by Kody's side during his estrangement from his other wives only fueled resentment. If she and Kody are now exposed for faking fights to maintain the illusion of marital struggle, then fans' worst suspicions that the show has devolved into a manipulative charade to protect Robyn's image and keep audiences engaged may finally be confirmed. The backlash is not merely about disappointment, it's about betrayal. Fans have invested over a decade into watching the Browns. They've cried with Christine, they've raged with Janelle, they've sympathized with Meri, and through it all, they believed that, even with editing and production interference, the emotions on screen were real. Now, with accusations swirling that Kody and Robyn were staging their drama, viewers feel as though they've been strung along for profit. I don't mind watching messy family drama if it's real, but if it's fake, that's insulting. They've wasted our time, one longtime fan said on Twitter. What makes the situation even more volatile is the growing belief that the Browns, particularly Kody and Robyn, are actively manipulating the narrative to control public perception. Many fans argue that by faking fights, the couple attempted to present themselves as flawed yet relatable, countering the widespread belief that Robyn was Kody's untouchable favorite. By manufacturing moments of tension, they may have hoped to soften the backlash and convince audiences that their marriage faced real trials. But for viewers who now see through this alleged facade, the strategy has backfired spectacularly, casting Kody and Robyn as manipulative and disingenuous rather than sympathetic. The online backlash has reached such a fever pitch that even some media outlets have begun covering the accusations, pointing to fan analysis and viral clips that appear to show inconsistencies in Kody and Robyn's so-called arguments. Certain moments, like Kody's temper flares that seem to cut off abruptly, or Robyn's tears that dry suspiciously quickly, are now being dissected frame by frame. The result is a wave of viral videos and commentaries accusing the couple of treating viewers like gullible marks in a con game. In the midst of this storm, TLC has remained silent. The network has weathered scandals before, from Mary's catfishing scandal to Christine's bold decision to leave the family. But the suggestion that one of its flagship couples has faked fights for the cameras raises uncomfortable questions. If true, did producers know? Did they encourage it, or were they duped along with the audience? For a reality show already teetering on the edge of relevance, the answers to these questions may determine whether it survives another season. The brutal backlash isn't just about anger. It is reshaping the way fans view the entire series. Longtime supporters are declaring they're done watching, vowing never to tune in again if Kody and Robyn remain central figures. Others are demanding more transparency from TLC, calling on the network to acknowledge the growing chorus of disillusionment. Others are expressing sorrow, not anger, lamenting that what once felt like an authentic glimpse into an extraordinary family has now been reduced to cheap theatrics. Perhaps most damaging of all, the accusations of faked fights cut to the core of Kody and Robyn's public image. Already the most divisive figures in the sister-wives saga, they now face the perception not only of favoritism and manipulation, but outright dishonesty. For Kody, who has struggled to maintain his patriarchal authority as his family crumbled, the idea that he's stooped to acting out marital drama paints him as desperate. For Robyn, who has often claimed she never wanted to be seen as the villain, the accusations cement her role as the most distrusted wife in the family's history. The question now is whether sister wives can recover from this. Reality television thrives on drama, but it also depends on the illusion of truth. Once that illusion shatters, it is nearly impossible to repair. If fans truly believe that Kody and Robyn faked their fights, the damage may be irreversible. For many, the brutal backlash isn't just about two reality stars manipulating storylines. It's about the betrayal of trust, the loss of authenticity, and the realization that the family they thought they knew may have been nothing more than a well-crafted act. And as the backlash continues to mount, one thing is certain: Kody and Robyn Brown will never be able to look at their audience the same way again. The bond of trust has been broken, and the world of sister wives may never recover from the shockwave. For more than a decade, the Brown family of sister wives has lived their lives under the scrutiny of cameras, inviting viewers into the complex dynamics of polygamy, faith, and the raw emotions of love and betrayal. What began as an exploration of plural marriage in modern America evolved into a deeply personal portrait of family, unraveling in front of millions. At the center of this saga is Kody Brown, the polygamist patriarch whose charisma and contradictions have fueled countless headlines, and his fourth wife, Robyn Brown, whose entry into the family set off a chain reaction of jealousy, resentment, and fractured trust. Now, a shocking wave of revelations threatens to dismantle whatever credibility the couple has left. Fans are no longer whispering about inconsistencies. They are outright declaring that the explosive fights between Kody and Robyn were scripted. The narrative that once captivated audiences is now accused of being nothing more than a performance, a show put on for ratings. The accusations did not appear out of thin air. Viewers who have followed the Browns from their earliest days on TLC remember the evolution of Kody's relationships with his four wives. Christine and Janelle's gradual withdrawal, Mary's loneliness, and Robyn's rise to prominence all unfolded before the cameras with such rawness that it was hard to deny their authenticity. Christine's emotional confessions about her unhappiness resonated with millions of women around the world. Janelle's quiet strength and eventual decision to walk away spoke volumes about resilience. Mary's heartbreak, particularly during her catfishing scandal, struck a chord with fans who saw a woman struggling for identity and belonging. Against this backdrop of deeply authentic pain, the supposed fights between Kody and Robyn stood out as strange, formulaic, and oddly convenient. Fans began noticing a pattern. The couple's arguments often followed a predictable rhythm, a heated exchange in which Kody appeared frustrated, a tearful response from Robyn, and then a resolution that left their bond seemingly stronger than before. On the surface, it mirrored the ebb and flow of a normal marriage under stress, but the predictability raised suspicions. Real fights, fans argued, rarely resolve so neatly, and real emotions are often messy, unstructured, and unresolved. Instead of feeling the tension, many viewers reported feeling like they were watching rehearsed dialogue. Some even pointed out that Robyn's tears seemed to arrive almost on cue, as though waiting for the director's signal. The turning point came when multiple social media threads exploded with commentary, with fans dissecting old episodes in search of clues. Entire Reddit communities devoted to sister wives began circulating compilations of clips that highlighted the artificial nature of Kody and Robyn's disputes. Some fans argued that Kody's anger appeared to be more of a performance than genuine frustration. His sudden outbursts, often exaggerated and short-lived, looked more like scenes staged for dramatic effect than reflections of a man truly at odds with his wife. Similarly, Robyn's emotional breakdowns seemed too perfectly timed, too clean for real life, as if she were slipping into character rather than experiencing unfiltered anguish. What made these accusations sting so deeply was the sense of betrayal they generated. Viewers who had invested more than a decade of their lives into following the Browns believed they were witnessing reality. They had rooted for Christine to find happiness, cheered for Janelle's independence, and empathized with Mary's isolation. To learn that the last remaining central storyline, the relationship between Kody and Robyn, might be nothing more than smoke and mirrors felt like a slap in the face. As one fan wrote online, "I can handle messy, I can handle toxic, but I can't handle fake. We gave them our time, our trust, and they gave us a script." The suggestion that fights were staged also brings into question TLC's role in the matter. Reality television thrives on conflict, but it also sells itself on authenticity. If Kody and Robyn's arguments were indeed scripted, was this a decision made by the couple themselves, desperate to maintain their relevance as the family disintegrated? Or was it encouraged, or even demanded by producers seeking to extend the lifespan of the show? These questions are now swirling around the franchise, with critics accusing TLC of knowingly participating in the deception. The silence from the network only fuels the suspicion. This scandal comes at a fragile time for the Brown family. Christine has remarried and moved forward with her life, frequently sharing her joy with fans who cheer her newfound happiness. Janelle has established her independence, living life on her own terms and showing no signs of regret about leaving Kody. Mary has also carved out her own path, finally cutting ties after years of limbo. That leaves Kody and Robyn as the last standing couple in a show that was once about the dynamics of polygamy. Without the tension and drama of multiple wives, the future of the series depends heavily on the storylines of this pair. If those storylines turn out to be fabricated, the foundation of Sister Wives collapses completely. The brutality of the backlash cannot be overstated. Fans are not just disappointed, they are furious. Social media is filled with declarations from viewers who say they are done with the show, accusing Kody and Robyn of manipulating them for profit. Words like liars, actors, and grifters appear repeatedly in online commentary. Even loyal followers who once defended Robyn as misunderstood now admit they feel duped. "She played us. All those tears, all those fights, and it was all for show. I can't believe I defended her. The psychological impact on fans is significant. For many, watching Sister Wives was more than just a guilty pleasure. It was a window into a world that few understood, an exploration of love, faith, and resilience in unconventional circumstances. It sparked conversations about marriage, gender roles, and religious freedom. But if the show's central figures were faking their conflicts, then the series was not an exploration at all. It was a performance dressed up as truth. That revelation transformed Sister Wives from a cultural phenomenon into yet another example of reality television's manipulative underbelly. In the wider landscape of television, this is not unprecedented. Many reality shows have faced accusations of staging drama, manipulating editing, and pushing storylines that blur the line between truth and fiction. Yet, Sister Wives was different because it built its identity on sincerity. It was never supposed to be about glamorous drama or contrived scandals. It was about a family trying to navigate an extraordinary lifestyle in a skeptical world. That distinction is what made fans invest emotionally, and it is also what makes the accusations of scripted fights so devastating. The fallout also threatens the legacy of the Brown family itself. For years, Kody and Robyn have been accused of manipulating situations to protect their image. They were seen as creating excuses for Kody's favoritism, justifying his decisions, and framing Robyn as a victim rather than an instigator. But if the couple actively participated in scripting fights, it undermines even those narratives. It paints them as actors in their own melodrama, willing to sacrifice truth for control. That, in turn, makes every previous storyline suspect. Fans now wonder, if the fights were fake, what else was? The question of motive looms large. Why would Kody and Robyn resort to such tactics? Some argue it was simple survival. With the other wives leaving and the storylines thinning out, the couple may have felt pressure to remain compelling. A marriage without drama is not good television, and without drama, there is no show. Others believe the couple orchestrated the fights to repair Robyn's public image. By showing her in conflict with Kody, they may have hoped to dispel the perception that she was the spoiled favorite, presenting instead a picture of a woman struggling under the weight of a complicated marriage. If that was the plan, it backfired spectacularly. The narrative of staged fights is particularly damaging because it amplifies existing resentment toward Robyn. Since joining the family, she has been painted by many fans as the catalyst for the Browns' collapse. While that may not be entirely fair, given Kody's own choices and failings, the perception has stuck. Now, with accusations that she cried on cue and played up marital struggles for sympathy, her reputation has sunk even lower. For Kody, the allegations confirm what many already believed, that his desire to cling to relevance and control has consumed his judgment.